Hi, it's Sarah, and welcome to Sarah's Cozy Kitchen or Sarah's Northern Kitchen or whatever I decide to call my channel. If you know, I'm having a moment of indecision on what I should be calling my channel because as I'm growing, I've got 3 different names and I keep sending people to the wrong place. So I need to get my act together. But anyway, Valentine series. This is recipe number 3. This is a raspberry dark chocolate coffee cake. This is an 8x8 pan, so it doesn't make a huge pan. If you want a 9x13, if you're hosting a breakfast brunch or something like that, and you want a 9x13, just simply double the recipe. I'm making it in an 8x8 pan. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. This one you do need the stand mixer. It's not an absolute requirement. You can mix by hand. We need to whip the butter and the sugar together, so I want to use my good handy dandy stand mixer. This thing's the workhorse of my kitchen. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over a little bit because we're gonna make the streusel topping first. So I'm gonna grab my bowl. I gotta reach over. I'm grabbing my Pyrex Vintage. This is not vintage, it's new vintage. I love it. I use this thing all the time. All right, so we need a 1/4 cup of sugar. So we're making the streusel first. 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of flour. I'm working at an odd angle because I have the one plug-in at the end here. All right, then we're going to take 3 tablespoons of cold butter. And we're going to cut that in. Now, I don't like to put this whole chunk in here. So what I do is I cut it. Grab a knife. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. So I will take the butter in the package like this. And I will cut it into smaller pieces. And then cut it several more times again. Because I feel like it goes better into the streusel. Okay, so then grab a fork. And we're going to knead that in. Like that. Most of the time, I really would rather use my fingers than a fork, especially making this stuff. Because I feel like you have to squish the butter so much. Okay. All right. And then to the streusel topping, we are going to add a 1/2 cup of slivered almonds. A 1/2 cup. If you absolutely have a nut allergy or do not like almonds, and like, how could you not like almonds? They're like amazing. Just leave them out. You can do that too. Okay, so we're gonna mix. That's all you need for the almonds. So we'll just mix that up like that. Okay, so this is the streusel topping that's going to go on the top, but we're gonna set it off to the side while we get the rest ready. All right, okay. The stand mixer is gonna start here. Okay, we are going to take our butter. 1/4 cup of butter melted. Put that in there. And 3/4 cup of sugar. And we're gonna, that was a 1/2 cup, so you can do 1/4. And then we're gonna beat that for about a minute. So we'll get that going like that. That's all I need for the sugar, so I'm gonna move that back here. Okay, so while that is beating, we're gonna get the rest of our stuff ready. So you're gonna need 1 egg. And I actually have the neighbor's egg. Eggs are so expensive right now in northern Minnesota. So one 12-pack of egg is like $4.89. So we have some neighbors that have, so we live way out in the country, and we have some neighbors that have 31 chickens. And the reason I know they have 31 chickens is because I babysat their dogs and their chickens this last summer, and I had quite the run-in with the chickens. So they told me that, and I'm not, I have dogs, so like I know dogs. I had no trouble. They raise dogs over there, so they have 4 full adult-sized dogs. I didn't have any trouble with the dogs, but they told me that at night the chickens need to go in. Okay, so this is a really funny story. So they told me the chickens needed to go in the hen at night because we do have wolves and coyotes here. And the coyotes, for sure, will look for the chickens for dinner. So they all need to go in to their chicken hut, or whatever you call them, at night. Okay, so this is in June, and it doesn't get dark in northern Minnesota in June until almost 10 o'clock at night. Well, I go to bed by 8 o'clock. So I had this bright idea that, okay, so chickens are supposed to go back in by themselves, right? And you're supposed to just be able to go shut the door. But I didn't want to wait until 10 o'clock for the chickens to go to bed. Okay, I'm going to put the one egg in. It's just one egg. And so I took my daughter over there at about 8 o'clock. We played with the dogs for an hour. The dogs chased the chickens like they're not supposed to. And so we had chickens everywhere. I mean, like everywhere. I don't know how many chickens. 31 chickens don't sound like a lot of chickens, but when they're out free roaming and you're trying to get them back in, it was terrible. We were running all over. One chicken would go in, 3 would come out. I'd have my daughter hold the door. We'd get like 5 chickens like pushed kind of in there. And then she'd open the door and like 13 of them would come out. So we spent an hour getting chickens in. It probably would have been a lot better if I would have just went home and then went back there at 10 o'clock. And but this is like 2 miles away. So you don't have to take the 4-wheeler over. It's just a huge ordeal. So so we put all the chickens in. Took about an hour. I thought we got them all, and I even tried to count them all. Well, I go back the next morning to let the dogs out, 6 o'clock in the morning, and here there's 2 chickens that I didn't get put back in, and they're trying everything they can do to get into their pen, and I left them out all night long. Those chickens, I cannot believe they made it with how many big animals we have here that will love to eat chickens. I cannot believe those things made it through the night. And I was like, oh my God, I thought I had all the chickens. And I left 2 of them out. Not a big deal. They were, you beat the egg in. They were fine. But the next night, I waited until 10 o'clock and then I went and shut the door because I'm not. So anyway, all you people that have chickens that are probably watching this are probably thinking, oh my God, what a doofus. But not a pleasant thing. And now I probably won't ever have chickens because I'm traumatized by trying to get them into their kennel or pen, not a kennel, chicken hut, whatever you call them. Okay. So anyway, the eggs are from the neighbor's chickens that I don't really like, but okay. So 2 cups of flour we're going to add. It's not that I don't like chickens. They're not like a dog that you tell it what to do and they do what they're supposed to do. So yeah, but they are very helpful if you have chickens right now with the high cost of eggs. Okay, so anyway, I went on about 5 minutes with my chicken story. Okay, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, I forgot the vanilla, so I'm going to just mix this in really lightly while I go get the vanilla. And then I have to put in 1 cup of buttermilk. But they're still nice and they bring me eggs. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then we are going to have 1 cup of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can do the buttermilk substitute, which is milk with the 1 teaspoon of vinegar and let it sit. Or you can use 2% milk or full fat milk would work too. You want a nice thick milk for this particular coffee cake. Okay, do I have everything? I think I do. Okay, so this part of it with all the dry ingredients. Okay. Okay, so basically we just wanted to mix that up. Okay, 1 cup of dark chocolate chips. Oh my. Okay, I gotta go get the scissors. It's always something. I'm forgetting. I have a odd shaped kitchen, so I can't, like, depending on where I put the camera. So 2 cups of dark chocolate chips. or not, sorry, 1 cup. I'm using a half cup here, so that's why. Do not put the raspberries in yet. We're going to mix the chocolate chips in. We are going to hand do the raspberries. Okay, so now we are going to take our spoon, scrape down the sides in the beater. Okay, take that off. If you have a kid close by or an adult like me, you're going to want to lick this batter, lick the spoon. Oh no, where is my, oh no, I gotta go get my pan. I keep moving stuff around because I switched to Valentine's Day, so I brought out all my red and light colored stuff and pink. I'm gonna post a little bit later. I went to Target and I got some really cute Valentine's Day things for the kitchen. I'm not normally a Target shopper, but I did have to run. Our Target is quite a ways away. So I don't go there real often, but all right, take our 8x8 pan. Oh no, we don't want to do that yet. We got to put our raspberries in. 1.5 cups of raspberries. And I have washed these through the thing. So the raspberries, you don't have to cut them up. They'll break up just a little bit. Okay, so our batter is actually looking really cool. See that? Okay, lightly mix in the raspberries. They will break up a little bit just because it's a very thick batter, which is okay. I mean, you don't want your whole entire bite of cake to have 1 raspberry in it. So you want to break them up. They'll break up a little bit on their own. Okay, so in your 9x9 pan, put this in. And I have my oven heating at 350. Okay, we want to make sure we get all that. I'm running out of space. Okay, so just lightly get that even in here. I got 1 chunk of raspberry I want to move there. Okay. So doesn't that look amazing? Look at that. Just the dough looks good. Okay, I'm going to use my fingers because I don't like to waste any of that. All right, now we've got our streusel topping that we had made at the beginning. So we're just going to place that over the top. So this is the butter, excuse me, sugar and sliced almonds. That'll go over the top. Okay, so we're going to bake this 350 degrees. I think it's 45 minutes, but I need to check my recipe. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. 40 to 45 minutes, and then we'll test it to make sure it's done. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to throw this in the oven, and then I need to go walk on the treadmill before I eat a piece of this as soon as it comes out of the oven. So 350 degrees, 45 minutes, and then I will be back to show you exactly what this looks like when it's done. This is great for Valentine's Day, great for Valentine's morning. Husbands, if you're watching this, your wife will absolutely love this on Valentine's morning. I believe Valentine's Day is a Friday this year too, so that's going to be pretty awesome for lots of people. Okay, so this is the cake when it comes out of the oven. I already cut 2 pieces out to take a picture, but I want to show you how yummy this is. I'm doing this one-handed, so this might be kind of, oh boy, I shouldn't be doing this one-handed. Hold on a second. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, so here is the cake. It is absolutely amazing.
You're going to love it. I love the almond flavor with the raspberries and the dark chocolate. There's just something about it. It is so good.